Our next guest has quite the resume. Bozoma Saint John has led marketing and branding at some of the biggest companies in the world, including Pepsi, Apple Music, Uber, and Netflix. But her latest project's personal. Her new memoir is The Urgent Life, My Story of Love, Loss, and Survival. In it, she details tragedies that shaped her life, the loss of her college boyfriend to suicide, a premature baby who did not survive, and her husband Peter's death from cancer. Bozoma Saint John joins us now in studio. Thank you so much for joining us. What a book, what an inspiration I think you are to so many people, men and women. But when you look at your life and being able to be so fearless, what have you learned through these experiences, and how do you pass that off to people who might say, but look at you, you're so accomplished. How can I overcome and do the things that you've been able to do?
Well, it's probably the reason I wrote the book. You know, the fact that so many of us go through traumas and loss of all kinds.
Right.
We just don't talk about it publicly. You know, we don't acknowledge it. Maybe it makes us feel weak. Maybe it makes us think that other people will judge us for it. You know, that we can't get over it, or whatever that, you know, phrase is.
Right.
But for me, it's about time, you know, for us to be more open about the things that we're going through, because the truth of the matter is that life is going to keep coming,
Yeah.
you know, and we can't be fearful of it. I think we'd be a better society if we better understood what we were each going through, and therefore be more empathetic to each other. And also then live urgently, you know, be inspired instead of be fearful.
Yeah, you say it's about time, and time is of the essence for some people. Other people, they think to themselves, I have all the time in the world. But you use the word urgent, and your husband's death, it created this urgency in your life. What do you mean by that, by living urgently?
Yeah, it's actually a distinction that I like to make. Like, sometimes you think urgency means let me live fast, let me live recklessly. You know, it's like don't put any thought into what you're doing, just go, go, go. That's not it at all. You know, it's like what I learned through the months of my husband's cancer, and he was diagnosed and dead within 6 months. I mean, it wasn't a long illness at all. But what I learned was to be intentional with the time. You know, it's like you really have to decide what is it that you want to do, what's most important to you, and then do the thing.
Yeah.
Like there really is no time to wait for it, but you can't be reckless in it either, because we don't want to waste the time either.
Of course.
We saw that picture of your husband, your late husband, and your daughter. What were the conversations like with her? Because at some point you have to explain to a child, you know, your father's may not be here.
Yes. Well, she was 4 at the time, and I think these are big concepts to understand when you're 4. But I got some really great advice from a friend who said, use the right words, you know, use the big words. Don't say, oh, he's sick. You don't say he has cancer. Tell her he's going to die. You know, do all of the things, because you don't want there to be any fear of sickness. You know, that if someone has a cold or anything else, that somehow that's going to cause some additional trauma. Or even understanding what death means in terms of, like, you know, is he around? Is he not? Where did he go? You know, all these questions are hard for us to tackle even as adults.
Yeah. What does death mean? Also, what does love mean? You guys, life is complicated. You happen to be separated when he was diagnosed, and then later decided to not go through with the divorce formally. Did his loss, did his diagnosis, did that moment change how you understand relationships and love?
Oh, yes. I mean, so much so. I think sometimes we get caught up in the small things. You know, that was one of the biggest lessons during his last days, was to forgive each other for all of the things. You know, sometimes you get stuck in this cycle of pointing out somebody's flaws. You know, you can't see anything further. And when you were faced with the imminent loss, you realize how small those things are, you know? And to be honest with you, I reconciled with him, not because just because he asked me to. I did it for myself, too.
Yeah. Before you go, I have to find out if this is true. You were at the concert in Dubai that Beyonce did?
You know what?
I mean, I don't want to jump subjects, but
Yes.
running up on this commercial.
We're living life.
And the whole world was watching from the outside in. Are you telling me you were there and invited by Beyonce's team?
Yes, that's correct. I was there and invited. I did not sneak on, okay?
Oh, wow.
Yes, but you got to live life.
How was it?
Oh, it was fantastic. It's about living in the moment, urgently. Yes, so I went and had a good time.
Had a good time.
A good time.
Wow. Are you going to go to her upcoming upcoming tour?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's
you
no
gonna
question.
get us tickets? Is that the follow-up question? Yes.
No, but I will be in the background dancing. That's right.
You know people clearly. All right, all right.
Yeah, Bozoma
nice having
Saint John, thank you so much.
Thank
we
you so much for
appreciate you.
having me.
The Urgent Life goes on sale tomorrow.